Category 5 hurricane, all bets are off.
It was the biggest storm we have ever get in Puerto Rico.
We don't even know how many people died. People were burying the bodies in their yard.
The wind was almost unbelievable to try to not just totally break down to that. My wife is Puerto Rican, I'm a retired builder, and so to me, a combination was a no-brainer to try to get as much assistance down here as possible. But they live up there because their relatives are all there, they've lived there for generations, and it is a beautiful place to live. It's just kind of beat now. I'm telling you, you look all the way down to the coast, it's gorgeous up there.
The day before the hurricane, we were making some preparatives, but we know that the house will not be ready to resist the hurricane, but we know maybe the roof will not resist. I wasn't expecting that the entire roof was to disappear. So when I came back to my house, it was a disaster. I see the last 10 years of work disappeared. One day you have everything, and the other days you don't have nothing. I don't know what was happening at first. I don't understand. But then I realized I don't know what I have until I lost everything. I didn't appreciate the lot that I have. Now I know what I used to have. I used to have a palace. And I don't know it in that moment.
Ese día que vi mi casa otra vez fue el día más oscuro que había visto en mi vida. No le gusto de cuando vi mi completa casa derrumbada.
How do you feel about all of us being here?
Super good. I love this 5 days.
24 strangers here to rebuild.
What we've got is house number 1, and this house had cathedral ceiling in part of it, flat ceilings in another part. Most of the cathedral ceiling blew off and all the other stuff is a mess. FEMA went up there and they put some temporary rafters on the half that completely blew off, and they put tarps over it. Been leaking like a sieve, and as we know, 6 months tarps don't hold up that long. It's a mess. We're going to take the entire roof off and replace it with 2x6 rafters and so forth. So house number 1, in the upstairs of that house, it had 2 residents. She has a 5-year-old son. The mother's attempting to live in the downstairs.
You know, I'm Puerto Rican myself. I grew up with the culture around me in America, in my family. So as soon as I heard about Hurricane Maria and how it devastated Puerto Rico and how it just completely destroyed a lot of the island, I was heartbroken immediately. I'd never been here before, but I just had a weird sense of like a home away from home was kind of destroyed.
Here you go, buddy, it's for you.
Thank you. This protects you. And
It protects you?
yeah,
How do you feel about that?
super good.
Super good.
Yeah.
Era tan fuerte que las paredes temblaban.
Esa noche ese huracán fue demasiado fuerte, los vientos eran tan potentes que jamás en mis 61 años fue.
Cuando pudimos salir al otro día, se habían derrumbado 2 casas al lado de las de nosotros.
Era un viento que silbaba demasiado fuerte, un zumbido constante.
Daba mucho miedo. Y yo sabía que de alguna te iba a llegar la ayuda y iban a llegar unos ángeles a ayudarnos.
I've always wanted to do something like this, and the opportunity came, so I said, yeah, I'll go.
Our director asked if I would be interested in coming to Puerto Rico to chaperone the students and to be involved with the work, and I readily agreed.
And so when Maria hit in Puerto Rico, we just knew we had to get down here. I was able to connect with Jim, and the time worked out well, and we're down here.
I knew that there wasn't a lot of help being given, and I felt like I wanted to be somewhere warm, but I also wanted to be doing something meaningful, so this was a good way to give back.
I had just heard so much about the grief that was going on and the inability of our government to affect any type of change. So when I heard of the opportunity to be able to make any type of contribution, I jumped at it.
I'm a supervisor for Habitat. I just thought they would need somebody that knows what they're doing on the job site, kind of guide everybody and make things go a little faster and smoother.
Very cool.
So that's why I came.
And if I don't do it now, then when am I going to do it? I have a sense of time marching on and needing to do this sort of thing.
And I decided if Sally could do it, I could do it. I will just do anything. I mean, I probably will not ever climb on a roof. So, it looks gorgeous. It does.
Students that we brought, they have been working like really hard. You can tell they all want to help. It's one thing talking about it, but it's another thing when you actually see the twisted tin that was on the roof. This is their strength. They shine when it comes to construction. These were definitely the right students to bring. Sienna also, she's doing well with her video productions stuff.
The students from the Career Development Center and the building trades, we did have a couple of days of hurry up and wait. A lot of waiting, but once the material hit the ground, I couldn't have asked for any better enthusiasm.
The building trade students decided to replace Carlos's old treehouse with a new one built with scraps. It'll be a nice gift in his family's beautiful mango tree in their side yard.
We're gonna put 2 on each side and 2 on just like that.
And I have the 4x4s on each end, plywood on top, maybe a ladder this way, maybe put a railings. He's gonna love it.
These guys have worked their tails off. No complaining. They're asked to do something, they do it, and they do it correctly. I couldn't be prouder.
Dos, uno.
¿Te gustó, mi amor?
I love it, I love it. I like it more of the stars and the sky.
There are no words to describe how grateful we are. Last year was very difficult to us. We lost loved ones and our house. We asked God for help, and He sent you guys. He sent a group of people who do not know us but taught us what is to give without expecting anything in return. We do not have too much to give you, just our gratitude, and always remember you as the angels that God sent us to help us. We will be very eternally grateful with you. We will never forget you.
It was brutal. After 50 years in the building business, I'm very comfortable dealing with most situations, but this is much more difficult than I thought it was going to be. One house that needed much more work than FEMA said it needed.
It's an impoverished area, many portions of it. They really, really do need help.
Now Puerto Rico really needs the help because people still don't have roofs.
Puerto Rico will come back. Hopefully it'll be bigger, it'll be better, it'll be stronger. No matter how much or how little we do or did, it made a difference. It made a difference in families.
Every nail, every sheet of zinc makes a difference for kids, parents, grandparents, and families. It makes a difference for Puerto Rico. Every volunteer brings Puerto Rico one step closer to normal, or perhaps even better than before the storm.